All right, guys, we're going to go over our hip 90-90 mobility technique using PAILs and RAILs from FRC to improve mobility of hip external rotation or hip internal rotation. So we'll focus this video on hip external rotation. So you're going to get into this 90-90 position. I like to call it a 90-90-90 because there are three 90-degree angles, and we're going to be biasing this front hip here. Okay, so I just want you to rotate your body over that front hip. I want you to try to get tall and arch your lower back just a touch to make sure you don't round the pelvis or tuck the pelvis backward. Okay, when I go here, I no longer feel that capsular stretch. When I bring myself tall and hinge forward from the hip, I do feel that stretch. Okay, so you get tall, you tilt the pelvis forward, and you hinge forward strictly at the hip, not from the back. Once you find your passive stretch, meaning you can feel that stretch and you're kind of at your end range here, we're going to hold for about 2 minutes, breathing and trying to get comfortable there. Now, if your body gives you some extra range during that 2 minutes, go ahead and take it. From there, we're going to start our first PAIL. And before we do that, we need to learn how to irradiate. So you need to take a deep breath in, pack it down into your stomach, and then tension every muscle in the body. Press through the floor, squeeze your abs, squeeze your lats, squeeze your biceps, your triceps, your chest, right? Your glutes. And then we're gonna try to drive that knee straight down into the ground like you had a potato under your knee and you're trying to mash that potato, okay? So I'm gonna irradiate, pack it down. I'm gonna drive that knee into the ground as hard as I possibly can. Imagine someone was coming up and trying to pull it up, and you're driving. Now, timing-wise depends on how trained you are here. So we're gonna start with 10 seconds, and then we're gonna reverse into a rail and try to lift that leg now. Still irradiating, try to lift that leg off the ground, and I'm actually gonna pull my torso further into the stretch instead of actually getting the leg to lift off the ground. But point there being all this tissue on the front side of the leg now is engaging. And we'll go about 10 seconds, still irradiating, still breathing. And then when you relax, you're gonna relax and hold that new end range position in your stretch, okay? Think of this as your rest station between a set of squats or something. You're gonna relax, recover, and then you're gonna go again. And you can do this volume-wise. You're treating this like training, like you go, maybe we'll start with 10 seconds for 2 rounds. And then, a couple weeks down the line, we go 10 seconds for 3 rounds or 15 seconds for 3 rounds or whatever it might be. And we slowly build up, okay? So give that a go. That's the hip 90-90 with PAILs and RAILs for hip external rotation.